covering Fort Worth, Dallas, and all of North Texas. This is CBS 11 News at 6 in HD.
It's nice to wear a suit.
Mark Cuban might have to dust off that suit. The insider trading investigation against the Dallas Mavericks owner appears to now be heading back to court. Good evening. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Doug Dunbar.
And I'm Karen Borda. A federal appeals court today revived the civil lawsuit and allegations of insider trading against Mark Cuban. At issue is a $750,000 loss the Securities and Exchange Commission says the Mavericks owner was able to avoid. CBS 11's Jack Fink is outside the Earl Cabell Federal Building in Dallas with details of today's decision. Jack?
Well, Karen, this case is coming back to this courthouse and back to the same federal judge here who initially dismissed the federal government's civil lawsuit against Mark Cuban. And so now the Dallas billionaire may end up going to trial after all. Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban finds himself back on defense, not on the basketball court, but in federal court. On Tuesday, the Fifth Circuit Appeals Court gave the Securities and Exchange Commission a second chance to sue Cuban for insider trading. Trey Branham is a Dallas securities lawyer.
It's a little surprising.
Cuban didn't respond to our email requesting comment, but in a statement his attorney, Stephen Best, says Cuban is naturally disappointed and that the decision does not mean that he is liable for anything. The SEC accused Cuban of committing insider trading in 2004. It claimed he sold all of his shares of the search engine Mama.com after receiving confidential information from the company's CEO. The government says Cuban saved himself $750,000 in losses. The judge in Dallas threw out the case, saying Cuban never agreed he could not sell his shares. But the appeals court judges disagreed, saying there is more than a plausible basis that Cuban knew that he was not to trade. But Branham says the appeals court's decision only goes so far.
I don't think that the Fifth Circuit is saying that Cuban has done anything wrong. I don't think that the Fifth Circuit is making any sort of judgment on the actions here.
Now, as you might have guessed, the Securities and Exchange Commission says it's pleased with today's ruling. No trial date has been set just yet. Karen?
So, Jack, does Mark Cuban have any legal option here to avoid going back to court?
Well, today's ruling came from 3 appeals court judges, and now Cuban's lawyers have asked that all of the judges on the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals review this case, but our